Yeah. Parking brake was on. Taxi vlog number, I'm not quite sure, 315, 418, something like that. I haven't looked at taxi vlogs for a couple of weeks actually, either on my editor or on the YouTube. I was camping for a week, and while I was camping I did manage to get a bit of Wi-Fi and answer some comments, I think, but I didn't really pay much attention. It's now the 25th of July, Friday, 7:04 p.m. I'm off to a slightly late start because I slept in, and I slept in because I stayed up trying to catch up on YouTube. I stayed up trying to watch videos, and I was halfway through a whiskey review and I fell asleep. Of course I was, you know, supplementing the experience of watching it with my own. So then I fell asleep in my chair. Cindy woke me up, said, "Go to bed." So I went to bed. This week, Monday, was smooth, was relaxed. It wasn't too crazy busy. It was easy going. And that's kind of a nice way to ease back into being at work again after taking a week off. So it was smooth and relaxed, and come on, it went good. I made over $100 for myself, which was all I asked, which was fine, which was great. On Tuesday, things happened much in the same way. It was easy going, it was steady, it was relaxed, it wasn't too hectic. And once again, I did pretty good. At the very end of the night, I did have a run to the airport, but that ride to the airport was a ride from halfway out there anyway, because I got sent out there, and then the guy went to the airport, so it was like half an airport trip. Anyway, it ended my night quite handily. I got a fair bit of reading done. I am reading now this thing called Children of the Sky. The author's name is Werner or Vernor. It's probably not pronounced Vinge, it's probably pronounced Vinga. I think he's of Scandinavian background. And it's been kind of difficult to get into. It's a complicated book. It's kind of a sequel to something I read, which was called A Fire Upon the Deep some years ago. And I recognized the kinds of characters right away, and oh, this is a continuation of that. Okay, that's cool. There was another one in the series called A Deepness in the Sky, but I don't believe that it had the same characters and the same planet and the same setting. But it has these beings that are multiples, meaning that there's more than one to make. There's some, you know, 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6 of these individual creatures that when they add them up together, they make one being. And actually they're like doggies, like puppies, and there's like, you know, you got 5 or 6 of them, and that makes up one personality. And they communicate using high-pitched sounds. The sound of thinking, it's called. Anyway, quite interesting if you can find a copy of it. It's heavy, it's long. I'm plodding through it at about 50 pages a day. I've been reading it since I was camping. So Monday, Tuesday went okay. Wednesday. I came out Wednesday, it was pretty quiet at the beginning. And my first fare was like $25. I'm going, oh, this is alright. My second fare was around $15. And then I was getting these $20 and $30 and $50 fares I didn't have that many trips. I mean, I only did about half a sheet, but at one point, just to give you an idea what my luck was like, I was sitting there in a parking lot reading a book. I got sent to an address not too far away in a residential area near where I like to sit. And these two guys, after I sit there for about 7 or 8 minutes, they kind of stumble out of the house. And they get in and say, Pedder Bay. Now, Pedder Bay is like a resort. Oh, turn around. Anyway, it was $52 on the clock, and the guy gave me $60. So I really cannot complain about that one little bit at all. It was wonderful. And the night just ended good. I think I had a good $100 more on than even what an optimistic Wednesday night would be. So it was okay. It was great. Last night I came out, it was a little slower. I was getting just as many fares, maybe more, actually more, but they were considerably shorter. And you know, typically I'd just be getting into the parking lot where I like to sit and like to read, and boom, get another fare. And then I get back to the parking lot, boom, get another fare. And while I'm out there, get another fare, get another fare, get another fare. And finally get back to the parking lot where I like to read, boom, get another fare. And it went like that till the end of the shift in the morning. So the Thursday was pretty good too. At one point I did have some loud, there seemed to be a lot of drunk people last night, partying for whatever reason, be it a birthday or an anniversary or whatever. So yeah, they kept me busy, and I was drained by the end of it. I went to the chiropractor, did some exercises, came back home and watched YouTube. So here we are, Friday night. I'll let you know how it turned out at the end. And maybe when I get home, I'll figure out which taxi vlog this is. Well, it's 5:28 in the morning. I'm just pulling out of the car wash, and I'm turning the fan up. What makes people wash their car at 5:30 in the morning if they don't have to? I do not understand morning people. This guy comes in here with his Mercedes. Friday mornings, I almost always see him coming in with his Mercedes and washing it. So, I don't know. Anyway, boggles my mind. Good gosh, if left to my own devices, I'd sleep in until 10:30 in the morning. But when you work the night, you can't do that. It's usually about 10:30 in the morning when I finally get to bed. As far as Fridays go, I've seen better ones. I've seen some that were slightly worse, or quite a bit worse. There it was, 50 beeps just for you. Yeah, I did well. Well enough. It was quiet until about 9:30, and after 2:30, it kind of died. I tried to get some reading done, but it was not all that successful because I would get interrupted a little bit, or I'd get sleepy. This cough has not quite left me alone. I started coughing couple weeks ago before I took that week off. Hopefully next week it'll be gone. It's not as bad as it was just a few days ago. And hopefully these mats will dry out. So I just did the car wash. I washed out the mats. I washed the exterior of the car, got the dust off it. So now it looks clean. Not that it looked really dirty before, but it just had like dust on it. Brake dust, mostly brake dust, I'm sure. Because all you're doing is stopping and going. As the night went, when it got busy, I found myself downtown and taking people to the cruise ship, from the cruise ship, into James Bay, and short distances. I was banging off one trip after another, but they were all short ones. Now I'm second car in Zone 68. Car 18 is first. I thought I would try this other angle with the camera. I hope you can hear me all right, because it seems to sit very well in that position on the dash. It's sort of wedged in between this overhanging part and this lower part. Well, it sort of obscures my speedo, but I really don't care. I'm not going fast enough to make a difference. Red traffic light. Yeah, so I guess the night turned out okay. I'll see if I can snag one more trip between now and 6. I've got about 28 minutes, and if I don't snag one in the near future, it's not going to kill me. I'll be alright. Hope yours is better than mine.